Okay, 900 Long Tick One LLC versus Leandrine Chapman, 24-04790. Council here.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brent here on behalf of plaintiff B 04.
Ms. Chapman, correct? I think that was set for a hearing. There was an issue with 2 evictions at the same time previously. And so the parties meet today.
We did, Judge. We're going to be entering a conditional order of dismissal. The amount in dispute is not a question. In fact, in terms of the record, if you'd like.
You can do so this time.
The rent to retain is $4,280.54. Cost is $194.29 for a redemptive total of $4,474.83. Terms are the defendant shall pay that along with January rent no later than January 31st, 2025, or vacate by the same date.
Is that accurate, ma'am? That is yes. Okay. Do you have paperwork?
I don't have the order.
Okay.
I'll be submitting it later via my file.
Okay. So you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney today? I can't hear her.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Fine.
Did you want to give up that right today?
Yeah.
You also have the right to proceed to trial. You could have demanded a jury trial, or you could have had your hearing today. Do you want to give up the hearing today?
No.
You want to have a hearing?
Yeah.
Okay, meaning you want to go on the record and establish proofs that would make it clear that you didn't have to move or you didn't owe this rent versus the conditional dismissal. Because you can't have the hearing and get the conditional dismissal.
No, I want that.
Okay, you want to, so you want to
Yeah.
waive your hearing
Yeah.
so that you can enter the conditional
Yeah.
dismissal?
Yeah.
Anybody threatening you to do that?
No.
Any promises being made in exchange for you entering into this
No.
agreement? And you understand that partial performance won't satisfy this, so you have to do exactly as it states. Otherwise, they can request to have judgment enter against you and get an eviction without noticing you of any future court dates. You understand that? Is that a yes? Lastly, are you gonna give him permission to sign the agreement on your behalf? So long as it states what he said on the record.
Yes.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further, Judge.
We have 3 business days from today. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights we just discussed, you can return to the court and request to have this set aside, okay? Any, you're all set unless you have questions for me.
No.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice Christmas.
Same to you. Simply Live LLC versus Edward Paynes and Courtney Bankhead, 24-06271. Appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Simply Live.
Is anyone present? Oh, okay, let's see. Bankhead is here. I believe there was supposed to be a red for Mr. Payne. But they said he was out of Livingston County, so he's no longer in Livingston County. Did you all come to a resolution at all?
Just by way of a little bit of background, this is a termination case, so it's not a money, we requested a money judgment, so there's just going to be a termination date and a money judgment amount for the consent judgment asking the Bankhead.
Says non-payment over that. It is supposed to be termination. Okay. Thank you.
So with that, it'll be a default as to Mr. Payne's consent as to Ms. Bankhead. We did agree to a payment plan. The money judgment would apply to Ms. Bankhead only because obviously we didn't get personal service on Mr. Payne's and he didn't apply or didn't appear in this case.
Well, I'm trying to understand, when was he released from Livingston County?
I have no idea. I didn't even know he was incarcerated.
The 8th. When did we send her it?
Yes. You said
When?
December.
Yeah, when did we send her it?
I don't think she did because his release date was the 8th. It showed us on BuyLink.
When was the pre-trial?
We were together on November 4th and then came back. December.
Okay, I've reset Mr. Payne. I will not grant a default because he was in custody at the last hearing, and he was in custody when I set this one, and they were supposed to send a writ, but because he was released, I still, the purpose of the reset was not satisfied. So I'm gonna reset Mr. Payne, give him an opportunity to appear with a notice. He's still residing in this property, I assume. He's not residing in the property? Okay. And how long has he not been residing in this property? He's not been in the property since July. Is he on the lease? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. And so no efforts have been made by you or him to remove him from the lease? So is that a no? Okay, so how do I know that he was served?
Served by attachment in this case as to him.
But he doesn't live there. Per her statement, he hasn't lived there since July.
Your Honor, obviously, that's news to me as of this instant. We thought we served per statute.
Well, we have information now that lets us believe that he was not served. I have no way of knowing that he even knows anything about this. So I would not default to based on that. But as to her, you can enter the terms on the record.
Okay. The prorated damages through today's date are $12,781.45. Court costs are $269.06. Total amount to retain not to retain, total amount of money damages, $13,050.51. We did agree to a payment plan of $200 a month starting on February 1st. We agreed to extend the writ date to January 2nd. I believe that's all the terms we discussed, parties' rights under MCR 4.201J, if I may.
Yeah. Thank you. And then Ms. Baker, that's how you want to proceed today with the consent judgment?
Yes.
Okay, and so you understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter?
Yes.
You also understand that you have the right in this matter to proceed to trial, or you could have demanded a jury trial. You understand that?
Yes.
And you want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney today? You also want to give up your right to have a hearing or a trial on this matter?
Yeah.
Anybody threatening you to do that? You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just gave up, you can return to the court, request to have this agreement set aside, okay?
Yes.
Otherwise, you will either vacate the property, well, you are gonna vacate the property, it says here, correct? No later than the 2nd, and the money judgment will enter as to you in the amount of total $13,050.51. That includes court costs, and you'll pay $200 per month beginning February 1st, correct? You have any questions to report? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing further. Your Honor.
Thank you. The Samantha hometown property, this is Samantha Bueno and April McDonough. 24-07041. Appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Atkins, attorney for the plaintiff.
I'm assuming Bueno and McDonough are not present.
I have not seen them around.
To make the call.
I have a copy.
So. Yeah. Copy.
Thank you.
Okay, is it Hill Grant Park versus Alexis Skipworth and Demetrius Williams, 24-07216?
Your Honor, Alex Holden appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, today's the date. What's your name? Your name? Okay, today was the date that was set for a hearing. This is for non-payment of rent. Council, do you all come to an agreement?
Yes, we have a consent order for conditional dismissal. I can place those terms on the record, Your Honor.
Yes, please.
Rent to retain possession through December 31st, 2024 is $2,331. There's support costs of $177.04 for a total outstanding balance of $2,508.04. The defendants are to pay $836.01 on or before January 24th, 2025. $836.01 on or before February 24th, 2025. And $836.02 on or before March 24th, 2025. And the defendants are to pay monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month. The rent is currently $509 a month.
And that's accurate as to how you want to proceed? Okay, so you both have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter. You understood that? You want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney today? Do you want to, okay, you want to give up your right to be represented by an attorney today? You both have the right to proceed to a hearing or demand a jury trial in this matter. The matter was scheduled for hearing today. Do you want to waive your right to hearing in order to have this agreement? You have the right to have a hearing on this matter. The hearing would be the time where you would present any defenses as to why you didn't pay any rent or any counterclaim or issues with properties. You understand that? Yeah. You want to waive your hearing today so that you can have this matter resolved? Anybody threatening you to do that? I can hear you. Okay. So you're agreeing to have a conditional dismissal. The matter will be dismissed today. You would agree to owe past due rent $2,331 plus court costs of $177.04 for a total of $2,508.04. And that's for rent due through the period of December 31st, 2024. That you'll pay that in full. It says defendants to pay $836.01 on or before January 24, 2025, and then $836.01 on or before February and March of 2025. Defendants to pay monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month, and currently the rent is $509, correct? Okay, correct? Okay. And so partial performance will not satisfy this. So that means you have to pay exactly what you said you're going to pay on or before the date that you said you're going to pay, which is this amount right here. You got to follow it to the T. You understand that? Otherwise, they can request to have judgment entered against you without noticing you of any future court dates. Do you have any questions so far? Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just gave up, you can return to the court and request to have this agreement set aside, and we'll set it for hearing, okay? We'll get you a copy. Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set on that matter.
I believe my next tenant is in the hallway, so I will momentarily leave that one.
I would say anybody for Briarcliff versus Rivera. Anybody is here for Briarcliff? The defendant? What about the? Did anybody check in for Briarcliff? Sean?
No, no one checked in for that.
Okay, but the defendant, my understanding is in the hallway. They can come in. Would be, I guess, Angel Rivera and all of everybody who's here for my court to be in here at this point. So. What's your name, ma'am? Okay, that's somebody else. Can you see if Angel Rivera or Angela Wiggins is out there?
Yes, sure.
Right, this,
Yes, they're both out there.
They can come inside. Okay, this is Briarcliff Apartments versus Angel Rivera and Angela Wiggins, 24-07114. State your name for the record. Angela Wiggins. Okay. Today, this matter was scheduled for a hearing for non-payment of rent at 2 o'clock. It's my understanding for my staff that there's been no one that checked in on behalf of Briarcliff Apartments. And so I'm going to dismiss the matter against you. You'll be free to go. If they file a motion to set the dismissal aside or something to that effect, you'll be noticed in the mail, okay? Okay. Do you have any questions for the court? You're all set. Thank you. on the record in the matter of Capital Village versus K Alexander 24-07128. Council, can I have your appearance, please?
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm back here for plaintiff. Yeah, for the village.
Yeah, what's your name?
Hey, Alexander.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for hearing, and this is for non-payment of rent. Did the parties discuss this and resolve it?
We have not, Your Honor. She's got some loose ends dealing with social services. We're just looking to push this down the road a little bit, a few weeks, and see if we can get that balance taken care of.
He's got this application for assistance, you said?
I went last Tuesday, and the attorney for the complex, the caseworker at social services called the attorney from social services in front of me last Tuesday and gave him an email number to fax over the ledger, but apparently the gentleman with social services still hasn't gotten the ledger from the attorney, so I'm gonna take that over myself and give it to him.
Okay, we'll reset this. It'll be January 15th at 2:30. January 15th at 2:30.
All right, thank you.
We'll get your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record today, council?
Oh, Your Honor, thank you.
You're all set for today, Ms. Alexander.
All right, thank you. Do I get a copy of that?
You will.
Okay.
Okay, Leroy Borough Apartments versus Ashanti Walls Hall 24-07218.
Alex Wilson appearing on behalf of the plan.
What's your name, ma'am?
Ashanti Wall.
Okay, today was the date that was set for hearing, and this is for non-payment of rent. Council, how are we gonna proceed on this?
We have a conditional dismissal in this matter, and I can put those terms on the record.
Okay, you can do that.
Rent through December 31st, 2024 is $3,029.90. There's court costs of $177.04 for a total outstanding balance of $3,206.94. The defendant is to pay $1,068.98 on or before January 15th, February 15th, and March 15th, 2025. The defendant is to pay monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month. The rent is currently $675. The defendant is to turn in recertification paperwork on or before December 23rd, 2024.
And that's accurate as to how you want to proceed today?
Yes.
Okay, so the matter will be dismissed today upon the condition that you pay past due rent, $3,029.90 plus court costs of $177.04 for a total amount due $3,206.94. That's for rent that's due through a period of December 31st, 2024, that you'll pay $1,068.98 on or before the 15th of January, February, and March, and that you will pay your monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month, your monthly rent currently being $675, correct? And that you will turn in your recertification paperwork before the 23rd of this month. That's complete and accurate. You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney today? Are you going to give up that right to be represented by an attorney today? You also have the right to proceed to a hearing in this matter. You could have also demanded a jury trial. You understood that, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to waive your right to have a hearing or trial today? Anybody threatening you to give up these rights?
No.
Everything was signed today. Okay. You have 3 business days from today's date. If after you leave here, you realize that you misunderstood these rights, you can return to the court and request to have that agreement set aside and explain how you misunderstood your rights, okay? We'll get you a copy of your notice in just a moment. I also want to advise you to take that. that partial performance doesn't satisfy it. So you gotta do exactly what you're gonna do as it relates to when you're gonna pay and how much you're gonna pay, okay? Otherwise, they can get an eviction to remove you from the property without giving you another court date. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Any additional matters, council?
No, you're on.
You're all set. Ready for a court date, ma'am?
Yes, Ella Kramer, is that okay?
Judge, I'll see if I can find Mr. Whitty.
Thank you. Back to work, so. Oh my goodness. For the record, in the matter of, let's see, this is Ms. Kramer.
Yes.
Okay, Colonial Place LLC versus Ella Kramer, 24-07222, appearance in the.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Whitty appearing on behalf of the plaintiff Colonial Place LLC.
Ms. Kramer is present in court, and say was the date for a hearing, but the parties have resolved this, is that accurate?
That's correct.
I can put the terms on record.
Thank you. Your Honor. The parties have agreed to a conditional dismissal in this case. There's rent to retain in the amount of $2,250. That's rent through the end of December. Court costs are $159.75. Total amount to retain $2,409.75 to be paid by December 30th. We did discuss that if Ms. Kramer didn't make the payment as agreed, we would have the right to come back without further notice or hearing and get an order of eviction. Partial payment would not stay issuance of an order of eviction in this case. We discussed her rights under MCR 4.201J, after which she signed a conditional dismissal. I may approach.
Yes. Ms. Kramer, that's how you want to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you understand that you had the right to be represented by an attorney today? You giving up that right?
I am.
You also have the right to have a hearing or demand a jury trial on this. Did you want to give up that right as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this is a conditional dismissal, dismissing the case today upon the condition that you pay or be to pay the past due rent plus court costs for a total of $2,409.75. That's for rent due through a period of December 31st, 2024, that you'll pay that amount in full or vacate the property in question by December 30th, 2024. You understand that?
Sir.
Okay, you understand, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you can, if you misunderstood the rights, you can return to the court. Okay, and also partial performance won't satisfy this, so you gotta pay that amount in full on or before the 31st, or the 30th, that is, or vacate the property by that date. You understand that? Do you have any questions for the court?
I was most up.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of the paperwork in just a moment.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Let's see, Davis. We can let council know that.
Who we have there?
We have Ms. Campbell.
Okay, on the record in the matter of Roy for Apartments versus Nick and Campbell, 24-07217.
Alex Tolson on behalf of the plaintiff.
Name, ma'am.
Mike and Campbell.
Mike and Campbell, okay, thank you. Today was the date that was scheduled for hearing for non-payment of rent. Was there a resolution on this?
Yes, I have a conditional dismissal and I can place those terms on the record.
Okay.
Rent through December 31st, 2024 is $2,074.17. There's court costs of $177.04 for a total outstanding balance of $2,251.21. The defendant is to pay $750.40 on or before January 24th and February 24th. And the defendant will pay $750.41 on or before March 24th, 2025. Defendant to pay monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month, and rent is currently $228.
That's accurate as to how you want to proceed, ma'am?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney? Are you giving up that right today?
Yes.
You also have the right to proceed to a trial or your hearing today. Did you want to give us your hearing today? Okay. Anybody threatening you to waive your hearing? And so you're agreeing to have the matter dismissed today upon the condition that you pay $2,074.17 plus $177.04 in court costs for a total amount due $2,251.21. That's for your rent due through a period of December 31st, 2024. They further agree to pay $750.40 on or before the 24th of January and February, and $750.41 on or before March 24th, 2025, and that you'll continue to pay your monthly rent on or before the 5th of each month, your monthly rent being $228. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay. Partial performance will not satisfy this. That means you have to do exactly what you said you were going to do here, to the T. Otherwise, they can request judgment to enter against you and evict you from the property without giving you any further notice of a court date. You understand that?
Yes.
You have 3 business days from today's date. And once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you gave up, which is your right to counsel and your right to have a hearing in this matter. You can return to the court and request to have this set aside, okay?
Yes.
We'll get you a copy of the paperwork in just a moment. Any additional matters for the record? Counsel?
No, Your Honor.
You're all set. Did I do Christian Black already?
I'm gonna check the hallway really quick and see if they are here yet.
He was here.
He was here.
Okay, I will go check the hallway.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready on?
Black.
And this is the matter of SK Lansing Limited versus Christian Black 24-07215. Council appearance.
Spokesman for plaintiff,
And your name, ma'am?
Kristen Black.
Today's the date that's scheduled for a hearing for non-payment of rent. And the parties have come to a resolution.
Yes, this is a termination matter and we have a conditional dismissal. Defendant is to move out and turn in keys on or before January 6th, 2025, and I have that document.
That's accurate. That's how you want to proceed?
Yes.
There's a conditional dismissal whereby you agree to have the matter dismissed today upon the condition that you will vacate the property completely and turn over the keys by the 6th of January, correct? You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that you have the right to proceed to a trial. You could have demanded a jury trial, at which time you would present any defenses that you had at that time. You understand that? Okay, you want to give up both your attorney right and your right to a hearing? Anyone threatening you to do that?
No.
Okay, partial performance won't satisfy this. That means that you're saying you're gonna vacate by the 6th and turn over your keys. That means you gotta get all your stuff out and you gotta turn over the keys on or before the 6th. If you turn over the keys and leave stuff there that they gotta discard of, they can request a judgment against you without noticing you of any other court date. You understand that? Do you have any questions for the court? I'll get you a copy of that paperwork. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize that you misunderstood the right that you gave up, you can return to the court, request to have that set aside, okay? We'll get you a copy. Any additional matters?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't remember who was here for Colette's. Ms. Tolman, is here for Colette's as well?
Yes,
Okay,
I'm waiting on
Mr.
confirmation for Sealy that they are paid in full.
Or I was gonna say the other Celia is on Zoom.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I can jump on there, but I'm waiting to get back.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. adjourning for Stephen for the check to clear.
This is FR Lansing LLC versus Stephen Seeley and Thomas Seeley, 24-07264, council appearance.
Alex Tolman appearing on behalf of the attorney of record for the plaintiff.
Stephen Seeley is present via Zoom with permission from the court, as he's on active military duty. And then we have Mr. Thomas Seeley, correct? And counsel, how are you proceeding today?
We'd move to dismiss Mr. Thomas Seeley as he does not reside at the property. My understanding is that Stephen Seeley has paid the outstanding balance, but the personal check has not cleared. So we request an adjournment of this matter into the new year to make sure that check clears. And if it does, if and when it does, we will file dismissal as to Stephen Seeley as well.
I have proof on the bank side that it has cleared into the bank account.
Cleared into whose bank account?
To the, at the bank for the mill pond.
You say you have, and what proof do you have?
So I have,
I'm just asking, you don't have to share it at this time, just let me know what it is.
it says that it was deposited to the UMB bank for FRTLC 2008. And that was for the chip of the 863.
And you were just waiting for confirmation of that?
I did confirm with Pallett's office and they confirmed it with their client. They said it was still waiting to be cleared. So that's the only information. that I can-
Okay, according, and Ms. Tolman is, she's filling in, but her understanding from who she's filling in for is that they're waiting for it to be cleared. So we're just gonna set it out so that they can get that clearance and then they can file a dismissal against you, okay, sir?
All right, thank you.
No problem. Let me get the date that you'll hold as a date to make sure it was dismissed.
January All right.
8th at 1:30. January 8th at what time? 30. At 1:30.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record? Counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you. We have a dismissal for Thomas.
I do not have one with me. I will make sure that gets uploaded to Empire.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see, what is this? This wants to go pulled from the docket. Where's black? Still in there. the record in the matter of Edge at 1010 versus Natisha White 24-07260. Appearance, please.
Roger Smith, attorney for the plaintiff.
And your name, ma'am?
Natisha White.
State that was scheduled for hearing, and this is for non-payment of rent. Did you all resolve this matter?
Your Honor, we did. We do have a conditional dismissal to review.
Stand, ma'am. Okay, so you want the matter dismissed today, ma'am?
Yes.
Upon the condition that you pay past due rent in the amount of $6,249.23. That's for rent due through a period of January 31st, 2025. Is that correct?
Yes, I think the amount is more than that. I don't know if it includes the court fees.
I'm talking about rent. I just only mentioned past due rent.
Okay.
Okay,
That'd be correct.
okay, plus court costs, $247.96, correct?
Yes.
Other money due, $592.05. What's that for?
Your Honor, that's for utilities and late fees.
Utilities and late fees, so she doesn't pay her utilities separately.
I was under the impression that my utilities were one inside the rent. So anything else outside of that, like my consumers and board water, and light, I pay on my own. The utilities are always been included in my rent.
What utilities?
Water and sewage.
This is for what? This is for water and sewage?
Correct, Your Honor.
And you're saying what?
I always was under the impression that it was included in my rent. So I would like to see a ledger outside of that, but anything else I'm okay with, but I
You
was
have a
always
copy
under the
of the
impression.
ledger.
I do.
Okay.
I can change here.
Okay.
So Your Honor, it looks like from September 1st, the utilities, there were 5 water and sewage fees, which totaled $292.08. And then from back to that same date, there were 3 late rent fees for September, October, and November rent.
So her lease says this water and sewers to be paid separate from her rent?
I've never paid them separately.
Your Honor, it's my understanding that my client, Edge at 1010, puts that billing into the first of the month and rent is due, but they do track that separately in the ledger for this purpose.
Okay.
Itemize it out.
How much is her monthly rent?
$1,250 per month.
That's accurate? Have a copy of her lease.
Yes, Your Honor.
How many months past due is she?
For today, but going, I'm sorry.
Past 4 months?
Your Honor, yes. The last positive balance was 8/14/24, so August 14th. That was positive balance of 77 cents.
How much is the late fee?
$100.
I thought it was 75, but I could be mistaken.
It says here, in addition to any other charge due here under a late charge in the amount of $100. So a late fee of $100 per month.
Yes, Your Honor, and I believe I misspoke. It looks like there's only 3. So that would be for September, not in October. And then December.
So 300 in late fees.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what were the other fees?
Sure. So the utility fee, September, $66.43. The next, $63.92. The next is $51.38.
Where in her lease does it advise her that she needs to pay that?
I think it's in the utility section, Your Honor, but not 100% on that. off the top of my head.
So you're saying there's a paragraph called utilities?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe it's 3, 4. Is it still near the beginning?
Clause is number 2. Joint and several liability, 3, term renewal, abandonment, animals, appliance and furnishes, alterations, occupancy. Cleanliness and orderliness, adjournment, application, delivery and possession, notice, entry, inspection and condition, breach and default, casualty insurance, force majeure, disclosure, hazard. Don't know utility section.
I also-
I do believe, I feel like I've received a utility addendum, but I can't recall.
Utility and then advise you that you're responsible.
I believe so, but I don't know for sure. Sorry.
It does say here, you did, wait a minute here. Addendum 44, a utilities addendum, utilities and services addendum, but I don't see that on here, so you would have received that, so then you didn't have notice that you were responsible.
Yes, I believe I did.
Okay. Okay, so then other monies due, $592.08, total amount due $7,089.72. What day of the month is the rent due?
On the 1st,
Okay.
like on the 5th. I think.
Okay, it's due the first of the month. It says that you're gonna pay that amount or vacate the property by January 2nd. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and it says that the defendant to pay the amount in section 2D plus all applicable utilities and fees that become due before January 2nd, 2025. If the defendant fails to pay all amounts due under or due prior to January 2nd, plaintiff may proceed with eviction without further notice of the defendant. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney in this matter?
Yes.
Are you giving up that right?
Yes.
You have the right to proceed to trial in this matter. Are you gonna give up that right?
Yes.
Okay, she needs to sign that. And that's your copy. You can put that.
Change the 18th.
Yes.